Welcome back to Bellevue Bound. I'm your host, Trey Jackson, and today we're taking you on an exciting story about an immersive gaming experience redefining social spaces. Joining us today is Sam Wang, the brilliant mind behind Mirra. Sam, welcome to the show. Woo, 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 woo.
Well, thanks, Trey. Thanks for having me.
Of course, thank you so much for joining me. So I want to start with the origin of Mirra. Tell me a little bit about kind of the inspiration to bring Mirra to life.
All right, so Mirra, it's a long journey that really go back to 10 years ago, because I started my VR career 10 years ago. I started to fall in love with this technology. By the time I put on the headset on, I feel like, oh, this is like a whole new world.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
And
takes you out of it.
Yeah. But the foundation of Mirra really built during pandemic, though, because VR is good, but it almost feel like isolating people.
Absolutely.
Pandemic people, in the U.S. and all over the world, people cannot go anywhere, and they're isolated. Because that made me feel like, okay, so can we do anything with technology that not isolate people, but also bring people together? I was thinking, okay, maybe we can get the customers, get all the people see what people are wearing the headsets are really seeing. That's how we create this Mirra idea that not only encourage people to play the multiplayer VR games, which is already bring people together, but also have a giant LED wall behind the experience.
Oh wow! That's very cool.
So that there's maybe like 8 people playing the game, but 800 people can actually join them, join the same venture. So that's how we original this concept.
You're taking a very personalized experience and kind of inviting people to join others on that experience.
Right.
So it's kind of like a little bit of like an inclusivity for people who may not be as much of gamers or might be a little bit new to it. It kind of invites them to share that experience with others and kind of open them up to it, which is really cool.
Yep.
So I got a little sneak peek earlier about the name inspiration for Mirra. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. So Mirra is a play as the original word Mirror, WIRROR, right? So it's a reflection to your real world. So the reason why we use that is because we want to use the giant LED walls, play that as a portal to invite you to all different kinds of virtual worlds. So that's why we call ourselves Mirra.
I love the use of the word portal. It has like a little bit of a gaming twist, a little bit of something that's like new, different, and it invites you to explore, which is really cool. I was like, that should be your tagline.
Yeah.
So you told me about 10 years ago you got into the VR kind of world. It sounds like COVID was a big inspiration for this due to like the kind of free time. Since launching Mirra, how has your vision for the space evolved?
Well, first of all, when you start a new concept, you always have your own vision, like how the concept would go and what kind of product and service we're serving. So we definitely start from designing those games, those party games that can bring everyone together. The games that's it's lighthearted. It's not built specific for gamers, but for everyone, right?
I love that. Okay, yeah.
So it's built for the community. So no matter how old you are, how young you are, you're all supposed to come here to enjoy the fun. And I think we actually pretty successful on doing that because we see lots of birthday parties. The kids' birthday parties, and people have their mid-age. Funny enough, there's one inquiry. I saw someone booked his 75 years old birthday.
Oh wow! Okay,
just a week ago.
Diverse age group.
So that says something. That actually proving that we're doing it in the right way, that to bring people from all ages all together.
So it sounds like you're really building a unique, special community at Mirra that's available to like all ages and interest groups, which is really phenomenal, I have to say. And I love that we're on the topic of events. So you mentioned, there's team building kind of that you can do. There's event spaces for like corporate work. Can you elaborate a little bit more on what people could expect to experience, or if they were going to set this up for their group or team?
Oh yeah. So we were tailored this game experience into the game show format. So it's a 1 hour game show that 32 people are able to participate. So whenever you come to Mirra, you're able to join the 1 hour game show. But if it's a larger group, of course, we can run multiple game shows so that everyone can get a chance to try it. And for smaller groups, birthday parties, you can simply book a bay. We have 4 bays. Each bay accommodate up to 8 people. So it really works out depending on the size of the group. Right?
That's really fun. It really shows like the diverse offerings you're giving. And if you're interested in booking Mirra, check the link below. And while we're talking about events, I know you guys recently launched a new series, and this goes against kind of Reddit's theory that Bellevue has no nightlife. Could you elaborate a little bit more on Mirra, what Mirra is doing on the weekends?
Sure. Yeah, that's go back to your last question, like what we learned, it's been evolving, right? There are some expected, but there's some not expected activities. So after we launched Mirra not too long ago, a lot of people, a lot of customers, they came here. They said, "Wow, this is a great venue," because they saw the stage, they saw there's some LED wall. They said, "Can we dance here?"
Absolutely. Okay.
I never thought about that, right?
Yeah.
But when more and more customers are asking the same question, I'm like, okay, we might give it a try. So that's how we launch our, we call it the After Dark.
Mirra After Dark.
Late night DJ night with live music. So now we have it every Friday and Saturday. Start from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Oh, that's a long night there. Okay, so people are dancing the night away.
Yeah, right.
If you're interested, more information will be available in the link below. And I'm kind of curious. So I'm a little bit of a music junkie. What kind of music could people expect to hear when they go to one of these Mirras After Dark?
Okay, so we only launched it for, say, two months, right? We're still evaluating. So now it's kind of like an open format, depending on the theme. And we sometimes play house, sometimes play
love house music.
Yeah,
yes.
Of course. Yeah. Everyone like house. Yes,
right.
Me too. Yeah. Actually, house is my favorite.
It's the beats. It just hits something inside of you that you just want to dance. You kind of like let loose, a little carefree, which is so beautiful.
Yeah. So we also play some hip hop, sometimes in top 40. Sometimes EDM. So on the regular nights, it really depends. A lot of times it's open format. But we also are inviting some top liner DJs coming to the venue too. So some of the nights it will be themed nights. We did So we did a Bollywood night at Valentine's Day. Yeah, and that was a big hit.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Because there's a lot of there's a big Indian community here in Bellevue and Seattle, right? So we decided to collaborate with one DJ to do a Bollywood night on Valentine's Day, and a lot of people show up.
I believe it. Yeah. I was like that. Yeah. If you've been to a Bollywood party, they are phenomenal.
Yeah. Every people enjoy it. Every people dancing. The vibe is just gorgeous. Yeah.
Okay. That is. I really love how Mirra has evolved and kind of adapted, and it's really listening to the community, which is so beautiful. And it's kind of showcasing that Bellevue is growing, but as it's growing, it is taking its people with them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, while we're on the topic of Bellevue and kind of your influence on the community, what actually drove you to Bellevue?
It was actually a coincidence because... Yeah. It's I like to share this story. One of my partner, who's an entrepreneur in game industry, he lives in Bellevue.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
So we know each other a long time ago, back to 10 years ago when I just started my VR career. So just right during pandemic, when the pandemic just started, I actually fly to Bellevue. That was my second time in Bellevue to see him, and that was 4 years ago.
Okay.
2020, right?
Okay, so not too long ago.
Yeah, and so we actually had a long walk in downtown Bellevue Park.
Yeah, very walkable city.
Yeah, for 3-4 hours, I believed. And we just been brainstorming. So that's actually where in downtown Bellevue Park is where we original this Mirra idea.
I can believe it. If you have not been to Bellevue Downtown Park, beautiful park, very inspiring, so much greenery, so much life to it. So I love that it was kind of like a walking and brainstorming sesh. That's very fascinating. Now I kind of want to dive back into Mira. So, like, where do you draw some of your like creative inspiration from for some of the games or maybe the design of the space?
I was in film industry 20 years ago,
Oh
and
wow,
I
okay,
used to do film visual effect, post production,
yeah.
digital side of it, and I also used to design theme park attractions.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
need to know more about that.
I worked on video games, and so 10 years ago it was VR. So I guess what I did is really to absorb from all different kind of creative industries and formats, and to come up with this mirror idea. It's not only me; it's also my team. My partner, co-founder, as I mentioned, one of them it's an entrepreneur in working video game industry, right? Who
Yeah.
lives in Bellevue. Another co-founder of Mirra, he used to be in video game industry too. He actually one of his produced game was the top 20, in Apple Store.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
So this is some
yeah.
big leagues over here. I was gonna say it sounds like you have like a very strong network in this field, and it kind of overlaps into other fields, and it's kind of I think helps explain how Mirror has become such a beautiful and unique space. And I would like to know more about like the design process for your games. Could you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, yeah. It was a long journey. Since 4 years ago, when we started this concept, the first game we did actually is a shooter game. It's a
Oh,
first-person shooter
okay, yeah.
game. But now you didn't see it because we actually shifting the development direction from shooter games to more party games, like
Gotcha.
party games that
Okay.
requires no skill. So you simply, as long as you can move,
Yeah.
and you can actually play the game. So the mechanics are anywhere from say green light, red light, right?
Thank you, Squid Games. We love
Yeah,
that game.
yeah, exactly. And also the pair cards game that the customers, the players, two of the players have to pick and choose the same card out of the large amount of them.
I say I struggled with that game. Me and my
Oh,
partner
okay.
were so uncoordinated. It's the only game we lost that day.
Oh, wow. You see, it actually challenges different part of you, right?
Yeah.
So there we also had a laser room challenge.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that the one where you have to escape the lasers? Otherwise,
Yes,
like,
escape the
disqualifies you?
lasers, and there's a big monster, a little bit horror elements of it, and also we have a hockey one. It's
Yeah.
a very sporty game. The reason why we had that one is because my partner and I we actually went to see the Kraken game, and we see
Oh.
how good the vibe is,
Yeah,
and then we were
absolutely.
just be asking ourselves why don't we just do a hockey one?
Yeah.
Then based on the classic Pong game mechanic, we designed this. We call it a hockey smash. It's basically you yourself, your body is the paddle.
Yeah.
You block the pod back and forth to have to break the bricks on the other side and get score out of it. So
Okay, very
this,
cooperative
yeah,
style
that,
gaming.
that becomes the most popular game.
Okay, so I want to circle back on the what you mentioned, kind of inclusivity. But before we jump to that, I know that you mentioned that some of the partners in the team that you have are like very well versed in this field. Does that mean you guys are doing all of your games like designing in house, or how's that process work?
Yeah, that 100%. We designed, we brainstormed design and product all the games in house. Yeah.
And so I know you mentioned also you like to listen to your community. So if there's people who are maybe like want to see a game on there, can they submit any requests?
Oh, well, that's a great idea. Well, we should do that. The thing is, we are during the operation, there are customers already give us feedbacks. We definitely are recording them and then summarize them, and then those feedbacks, how we at least change to improve the current games, and also some of them you will give us inspiration of the game mechanics what they want to do. So we
Absolutely.
definitely listen to them. Yeah.
I love that you guys listen to the community so much. And if you guys have any suggestions on games, please drop it below in the comments. And now I want to go back to the inclusivity. You kind of mentioned that these games are meant to level the playing field, and you've also mentioned that you've had birthday parties where some are young children and some are, 75. So I want to dive into that. So if someone is like a little timid about VR experience or just kind of uncertain about the gaming world in general, like what would you say to them?
I would definitely say to everyone that don't hesitate to come to visit. You don't have to play the game. Just simply come to visit Mirra and see the vibe, see the screen, see the content and everything, you would automatically would want to try.
And I think it's also nice that you guys have it set up with the LED screen. So maybe if they're a little uncertain, they can watch it first and then kind of see that, this is actually really fun.
That was actually exactly what's happening. During a lot of corporate events, I see, some people would really motivated wants to try it. But some of them say, well, they want to lay back. It's not that they don't want to play. They think there's a fear, in their body saying, this is not my thing.
Absolutely.
I used to, it will cause motion sickness, everything. But the funny thing is, because we're running multiple mini games, right? Like 4 or 5, or even sometimes 6 rounds of different games in 1 hour show. So the first 2 mini game rounds, there are when people hesitate, they don't want to do it. But after 2 rounds, almost everyone say, okay, I want to give it a try.
It looks fun.
I want to give it a try. And after they try it, almost 100% of them saying, okay, I want to do it again.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's kind of nice because like the pacing that you guys have set up for the games is a nice, as you said, for people to get a little acclimated and maybe build up that courage to just give it a try.
Right.
Kind of let loose a little bit. So we briefly talked on this a little bit earlier, but I really want to circle back to it and kind of drive this point home. There's a common misconception that technology makes us a little bit less social, and I'm curious on how Mirra really challenges that idea.
Okay, that's a great question. I mean, for Mirra, it's never about technology. It's about what technology can bring to people, right? Technology will always be the back end. So the way we're using technologies are to create those immersive sceneries that bring people together to make it a shared experience instead of the isolation. So I think we did. There's one thing I'm really proud of what we did is to bring the LED screens, in the venue,
right,
so that everyone can watch, can observe what's going on in the player's headset. So they can talk about that. They can record the moment for their friends who's playing. They can chat about that. They can, it's like a social environment. So we're really building the community-driven social environment instead of isolation.
I'm also curious, and I don't know if this is true, so I'd like to ask you, do you guys do karaoke?
I think, first of all, there's people been asking that too.
Okay, yeah.
And we did some karaoke, like private events, people are doing the open mic karaoke, and it was fun.
Oh, open mic karaoke. I was going to say, it'd be really fun too to get your, either yourself or an avatar view displayed on the screen behind you and a little backup dancers, kind of help break the ice a little bit sometimes from being on stage.
Right.
And I've also heard, and I want to kind of talk about this a bit, the diversity of your events. I heard you had a really successful and really poppin' Super Bowl party.
Oh yeah. That was also an example how customers' feedback are valuable, right?
Okay, tell us more.
Yeah, I know sports are big. I know that watch parties are big, but again, when we originally planned Mirra, we solely focus on the party games.
Okay,
yeah. Without knowing, how much potential this whole venue has, and so the Super Bowl party, we partnered with another partner to do some promotion on the Instagram and all the social medias. So it was not only Super Bowl, but also the pre-game section and the watch party and the after watch, the after party.
Oh, okay, it's like a 3-part.
So
party.
It was. I think it was almost 6 hours or even 7 hours long party. Yeah,
sounds like a good time.
And the venue was fully packed.
Oh, okay.
That was the biggest event we ever produced, I think.
The 12th man is strong in Bellevue. You can't really walk a block without seeing one of those flags or seeing one of those decals in the car. So I'm really happy to hear that you guys are delving into the football world. So we're gonna actually take a moment to go take a look on Mirra on site and go play some games.
Good old Mike.
So good.
Okay.
guys, on Bellevue Bound. We're here at Mirra, and we just had an absolute blast. Please stay tuned and join us on the next episode. Cheers, y'all. Cheers. All right, so in addition to kind of the corporate events or some of these parties, I've heard that you host another special event for Snowflake Lane on your patio. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Oh yeah. I know that. I always know that Snowflake Lane is like the biggest holiday, the biggest parade all of the year for the Bellevue people, right? So
absolutely, dozens, thousands of people.
Yeah, exactly. So the good thing is our venue actually is right above it's a primary location right above Bellevue Way.
Oh wow!
So
okay.
it's one of the perfect locations where you can watch the parade in a different angle. So we have a patio.
Absolutely, and you can get food and drinks while you watch it.
Yeah, we have a good food and drinks. So we didn't open the patio yet, but for Snowflake Lane, it's the first time I actually ever used the patio. People love it.
Oh, very cool.
So that we definitely are prepared to open the patio from spring all the way to summer to autumn. Imagine you can have a drink, over the patio and see downtown park, see, Bellevue Way. I think it could be a pretty good experience. Right?
I love that. And it's also unique because there's not a lot of places in Bellevue where you can kind of be elevated and have that outdoor patio or outdoor rooftop experience with food and beverage. So
that's true.
Really special. People should check that out. And then I got one last closeout question for you. What would be your dream collab with Mirra?
Oh, it must be the Kraken team,
okay.
Especially Jared McCain. They're the superstar and the whole team. The reason is because we have a hockey game, and that hockey game actually was inspired by the Kraken team.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay, very cool. All right, we're gonna have to invite them in to join the Mirra experience. All right, well. That is all we have for you today, folks. I want to say thank you so much for joining us, Sam Wang, on Bellevue Bound.
Thank you, Trey.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, thank you.
And if you guys enjoyed this episode, please stay tuned for the upcoming episodes. We're going to explore a lot more Bellevue businesses on Bellevue Bound. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
This video was recorded and produced by Just Talk Studios, the premier video podcasting studio in Bellevue, Washington. Visit justtalkstudios.com to learn more and book your session today.